chat. How's it going? What day of the week is it? It is Wednesday. I hope you're all well. We return to a new weapon. Return to a new weapon. Exciting times, I know. I have to keep, it's quite, it's late. And it's going to be a short stream. But I watched some awesome car chases earlier on Twitch. And now I have sated myself on streamed entertainment. So why not stream myself, right? That's how it works, isn't it? Anyway, previously on Able Love Charlie, I finished off my second gun piece, and I'm moving on, and I was working out what I wanted to do with this, which is an Iraqi short-barreled rifle, apparently. Yeah. So with this one, I was thinking about how I can sort of divide it up and how aesthetically it's interesting. With the other two, let me just load those up. I think you can kind of see that. It's actually brighter on OBS than it is on my actual screen. So on OBS, that's actually kind of interesting. OBS, the outline of the machine gun is a lot brighter than it is on my monitor, which is kind of interesting. I should sort of calibrate my OBS stream. I don't quite know why that would be, but it's kind of interesting. Anyway, we have that one, which I thought I was kind of done with, and then obviously we have the previous one, which, let me just show you that one. This one. So we've got this kind of contrast there in between the two. Yeah, so obviously the intention with these is that I'm going to print something onto fabric and see how that looks, depending on, I don't know, just the idea of making one-off artworks is kind of intriguing. But yeah, I can kind of calculate the cost per hour it's going to take to me when I price these up, because I've been streaming not all of it, but nearly all of it. So I can add up how many hours am I spending on the making. But obviously what I'm not including is the research side of things, which, you know, I mean, that would be interesting. How many times research am I doing in relation to actual making? Anyway, so yeah, this one I chose because I mean, I was kind of thinking whether I'd want to rotate it around a different way, but then the perspective looks kind of weird, but then I don't really have to care. This one I chose because, I mean, the diagonal composition is really interesting, and you've got a different style of textile in the background. You also have this badge here, which I've pixelated out, which is the badge of the non-state actors that probably own this particular weapon from Iraq. And obviously this is sourced from the social media feed of Calibre Obscura, which specifically looks at trends in weapons in, you know, states where there are a lot of non-state actors. So places like Iraq and Syria and things like that. Yeah, so there we go. So I need to decide what I want to do, and it's kind of, that's interesting, kind of why did I choose to have, you know, this light background with purple, which originally started off as just being something I chose because of the aesthetics, and I was going to change it later. then I quite liked it. And this one here, I chose green because it stood out against the black background. I chose the black because I don't know why I chose that actually. Why did I go from a white background to a black background? Not quite sure. But yeah. Excuse me, I'm burping. High quality professional streamer that I am. So I need to try and work out what I want. And I've also got this, so let me get rid of that. So at the top here is a suppressor, a flash suppressor. And it's the model of it, the brand logo is a pig breathing fire, which is, I don't know the meaning, where's that come from? But it's kind of hilarious, but also not hilarious that they've got this symbol on there. Just, yeah, anyway, the joys of contradiction, which is something I kind of like, drawing attention to things that, I don't know, it's being an artist, right? Drawing people's attention to stuff that a lot of people would overlook. So the division lines that I put on, they just sort of, I just scribbled those on because they seemed aesthetically to sort of work in terms of division. Oh, it's the first yawn of the stream. I need my yawn counter, not that I have on. Yeah, so I need to decide what I want to do in terms of colour, in terms of sort of composition, things like that. Yeah. So, how has your week been? How many bots do we have in the chat? Let's have a look. 1. Quite light for but I think my record of, when I say bots, I mean sort of automatic, streamers gone live, script type things where people are following them. Yeah, I think my record is about 4. Actually, no, I had 3, and then I actually had some other viewers. And actual people chatting, which is very exciting. Yeah. So. More yawns. So I have to work out what I want to do here. The only thing I can think of at the moment is that I want to put on some warmer pyjama bottoms because it's cold. It's going to be a lot of the stream this evening where it's just silence and the sound of crickets. Hey! Obstructionism! I like your name. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out. I hope your evening or your morning or day or whatever is going well. Welcome. And I really appreciate the hello. The joys of the small streamer. Feel free to ask any questions about the work or the context of what I'm doing, and I will happily oblige. At the moment, so I'm moving on to producing newer. I don't know how long you've been here. Hey, so yeah, fellow British accent, greetings. So I don't know whether you were here at the start of the stream, but so my current work I'm making, it's the 3rd of a series of pieces inspired by photos of weapons from Calibre Oscura's social media feed from non-state actors. And so I'm on the 3rd one. So I've got a handgun, I have a submachine gun, which comes out more brightly on OBS actually than it is on the real thing. And then we've got this one, which is a short-barreled rifle. And yeah, I'm just sort of pondering what I want to do with it. So I tend to sort of draw over the top and then break and fracture things, with the idea that this series is going to be printed onto fabric to make one-off artworks. So a lot of the work I've done before have been series of prints, but I thought I'd try something different. I was doing lots of really terrible oil painting and it wasn't going well, which is not to say I should abandon it, right? Because I'm going to work on my skills, but I wanted to try a way to make a one-off piece that was, digital. Because of my studio setup, I don't have a studio, a really small space that I live in, so a lot of my work is digital because I don't have a studio space to do big work. So yeah, feel free to ask, and if you want to just hang out and chill and listen to crickets, that's also fine. Please don't feel like I'm putting you on the spot, because that's not what I want. But yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of silence, me staring at the screen. Also, if I am too loud and the crickets are too loud, or vice versa, you just need to tell me and I will do some adjustments. Yeah, welcome. I say him a lot because I'm trying to articulate the creative process. You're a printmaker. Awesome. Yes. Fellow artists. What sort of stuff do you do? And again, you don't have to. Yeah, printmaking. I haven't done printmaking in ages. So my day job is I'm an art teacher. So I teach printmaking. But in terms of my own work, I love etching. I love looking at etchings. I just think they're gorgeous, or I love the qualities of them. And I was thinking I do need to do some etching myself. But as you might have guessed, we have just returned back to the classroom and things are interesting at the moment. So yeah, actually, it's my first week back in the classroom in six months. And I'm making some artwork, which is pretty good going considering. Come from graphic design, but I was a print apprentice last year. Ooh, lino and screen printing. Screen printing, were you doing, was that for sort of arty purposes in the sense of kind of print, or was it kind of screens onto textiles, or what was I going to ask? Was it sort of photo screens and things like that? Screen printing is awesome. Was it lino? I don't get on as well with lino. I think a lot of my sort of art practice is quite not spontaneous, but just gestural, and with the lino I just find, I don't know, it's just the thing where I tend to have quite a wobbly hand, which is why I use Lazy Nazumi to kind of help me out. And with the lino, I find it's probably easier than the etching, though I've only ever etched onto sort of plastic sheeting rather than copper or anything, because art department budget. But yeah, I prefer etching and the sort of fineness and layering you get, and I don't know, it seems a little bit more textural and forgiving than lino. Graphic design. Are you a professor of printing? Yeah, that's the thing. I love watching my students go through the process of etching, because I do a really simple one to show them. I get them to make an emoji or a meme is the first thing they do for their first baby etch, and I love watching them rage out when it's just this, when things don't go wrong, and then you have to problem solve, carefully thinking through, well, what could it be? Could it be the paper is damp, or is not damp enough, or too damp? Is the pressure not right, or is it too much? Is my etching plate messed up? Have I etched on the wrong side? Have I not inked it up enough? Is the ink, oxidized? All these sorts of things, which after they've done it for about 2 weeks, they just despise it. But I kind of love watching them. Starting a fine art degree in London at art school. Awesome. Congratulations. Where are you, if you don't mind me asking, you don't have to say. Where are you studying? I did a fine art degree ages back. I'm not a cool art teacher. I'm an art teacher. Yeah, congratulations. Chelsea. Ooh, fancy pants. I remember, so I'm probably a lot older than you, I don't know, but I remember going around Chelsea, so it would have been Ooh, it was 1999, right? You probably weren't even born at that stage. I went round it looking to work out whether I wanted to go to Chelsea for my undergrad, and I vividly remember being told by the head of the college. It was when Chelsea was still at its old, was it Manresa Road or whatever, the old campus. And I remember we were all squished in an auditorium. I was sitting on the floor, and it was rammed. And I remember the head of the college saying openly that he wanted more foreign students because they paid more tuition fees. And it was like, me and the other students were just looking around, just going, okay. It's like, yeah, this the start of the monetization of education. Yeah. Oh, it's good to, you can go to. I recently went back to university to do a master's in education, so I'm really familiar with being an old and being in education. Yeah, I'm not surprised. But yeah, congratulations on getting into Chelsea, because that's no mean feat. Well done. You should probably do some actual artwork. Yeah, thanks for dropping by. I'll continue to randomly chat. Yeah, Chelsea's hard to get into, but it is interesting because try and keep up with my students and how they've been getting on, and yeah, it's interesting when you look at degree shows or foundation shows, looking at the balance of students, and that clearly, we've got a fantastically diverse community in the UK. But saying that, it's interesting to see the balance of kind of people's backgrounds when you look on, particularly, the University of the Arts collection sort of community. Just what is the balance of UK to non-UK students, and kind of thinking about that, and it's like, yeah, why is it that this is the case? Because we have more than enough incredibly talented and able students from the UK who, I don't know, do we not have enough? Because that's completely rubbish. And it's not to say we should not have students from all around the world learning together, because we can learn and grow so much from that cultural mix. So valuable. But at the same time, it's a mix of things. Yeah, no worries. You don't have to say goodbye or anything. You can just, hang out. But it's nice that you do. It's all good. But yeah, enjoy. I will try and work out what I'm doing with this artwork. Okay, let's move this down. Right, let's see if Photoshop is broken and I have to restart everything. That would be a yes. Why do you always do this, Photoshop? Let me restart. My apologies. Where are you, Photoshop? I think it might be because I run it in administrator mode and it just loses its marbles. Okay, let's try reopening that. Actually, something I've just thought is that the colour I've chosen for the drawing tool that then ends up being the majority of the colour in the actual final outcome is whatever I choose that stands out from the original colours of the textiles. Okay, so I've worked out something. And obviously that doesn't mean that it has to be the same at the end, but so far the last two, that's been the case. Hey. I apologise for the audio clicking if that's coming through on the stream. I need to get that sorted out. It's because my cables aren't isolated enough. Right, I think I'm going to go for yellow. Very southern. Yeah, you would be correct. I am very southern. Well, I'm not actually. I'm a big old mongrel. I'm actually a Scot. But I've lived down here for a very long time. So I have kind of a mangled approach to things. Buckinghamshire, the joys. Joys of Buckinghamshire. Yeah, what's your did you do foundation this year, or are you going straight from, so you say you're a little bit older. Did you do foundation, or are you going straight in? Yeah, of course. I mean, it could be true. I loved foundation when I did it, but not very many people do it anymore. Which is a shame. I know what I can do, because I'm being a moron. Let's get in my gun. Because that will at least get me started. Okay. can already feel Photoshop glitching out on me. Whoa. Doing an apprenticeship, good for you. We need more people doing that sort of thing. So it was the like a level 3 qualification, I guess. So is I'm sorry, I can't remember back about 5 minutes ago. Is it fine art you're studying or printmaking? Chelsea. And I'm sorry, you did tell me the answer to this, but I've forgotten and I can't go back to the chat because I'm drawing. Fine art, even though you can't draw or paint at all. So how did you get into Chelsea then if you can't draw or paint at all? Allegedly. Well, I mean, if you're doing fine art at Chelsea, you must have some ability. I mean, not necessarily, right? Because there's a lot of stuff that goes on at art schools these days that I absolutely despair about, where it feels like, and this is because I'm an old, right? This looks terrible what I'm doing right now. Let's do undo all of this horribleness. It feels like on some courses, students could quote me, you know, every piece of theoretical reading under the sun, but when you ask them what their work is about and why they chose that particular media, they have no idea what to say. Just like, your priorities are super out of whack. Which is not their fault, but that's what they've been taught is valuable. When, I don't know, I'm an olds, right? What do I know? French outfit shop. Stop it. Stop it. That was not what I intended, but never mind. So when you say pretty good, you're probably excellent. And if you've been working in 3D modelling for what have you been doing with 3D modelling? Because you're probably pretty good if you've been doing it for a few years. Plus, if you're a little bit older, I think, you know, a lot of courses really love people like that because they have that life experience and they have all those other qualities going on, which often makes them really great students. Yeah, 3D modelling I've never been able to get with. My extremely limited forays into it I'm self-taught at, you know, Photoshop, and my terrible I despise Illustrator, but I can use it when I have to. Yeah, I'm self-taught, and with I think it's just I do make 3D work in my own work. Why does this all seem all glitchy here? Just kind of interesting. I feel like working in 3D requires a different skill set that I've never really taken the time to fully build, at least yet. Let's say yet at this stage. And I know 3D modelling programs just melt my brain. Oh dear, that's not what I wanted to do. Because I've just not practiced enough, I've not taken the time. It's not boasting to be confident in your qualities, but you got to be humble. Got to start at the bottom. Oh my god, what am I doing in my life? I'm just completely messing up these lassos. I just need to zoom in more, I think. Oh god, get a grip. I think it's also because I need to rotate this to make it easier on my old hands. Yeah, what have you been modelling? You say you've worked in 3D modelling. What have you been modelling? What even is that? Oh, is that a strap hook? Maybe. Oh my god, I did it again. What am I doing with my life? I promise you, I'm not usually this bad. Except I've shown you absolutely zero evidence that this is not the case. Oh boy. So I'm trying to do, if I can... It all seems like weirdly pixelated. Kind of like, why is that? So the intention of what I'm doing, if I can not mess it up, is I'm trying to extract the super SBR from the background of the textiles. So the focus is actually the textiles, but through its absence, obviously the gun becomes the focus in some ways. And I'm going to use that to sort of mask things out. And I know there are probably a lot easier ways to do this and a lot quicker, but I'm just doing it this way. I could use a mask, all these things, yes, but, and I've tried using erasers, but I quite like crawling around with my lasso. I teach Photoshop to kids and I teach them how to use Photopea as well. I'm very well versed in the something's not working. Okay, press Control D and then go back and just undo your steps because something's probably selected that's really small that you can't see. And if it's still not working, just go back to your steps. Basically, welcome to photography. I've never actually taught Lightroom. I do use Lightroom. It's very good when you're preparing stuff for print, but I don't know. I find it annoying in various ways. Again, because I've just not taken the time to teach myself. So I'm just sort of having an art tantrum like, I hate you, you're stupid. When it's actually, take the time to learn, you idiots. But at the same time, Photoshop works for me, so there you are. So you're an animator. Cells and atoms, that sounds cool. Oh, so it's sort of, you were doing sort of, modelling for visualization and stuff. Oh, it's the joys of living in London. Yeah, I don't live in London. I have many friends who have lived in London over the years, and they all, nearly all of them, have sort of. Actually, it's not entirely true, but a lot of them have moved out because, you know, the delights of the cost of living. Saying that, you're going on to study fine art. There's, you know, there's a reason why I have a day job as being a teacher. Because I get a steady income, which, you know, I do actually like working with young people, but you know, my God, the amount of money I've spent on my art over the last few years, you know, in no way bears out in any way to the actual cost of things, in terms of the amount of money I've made with my art over the last few years. I mean, genuinely, I probably have like a 10-to-1 outgoing in terms of investing in my art to actual selling stuff, which is fine. You know, I'm not doing this to earn money. I'm doing it for my own well-being. Still, it would be nice to I've not really shown this year because of pandemic joy. That is absolutely horrendous. Let's change that brush. This is where Photoshop is going to crash, so let's save this. Hello, Brushbox. Oh, now you are working. Great. Earth to Brushbox. Okay. Oops, I need to turn off. Oops, lazy Nazumi. Let's turn you off for the moment because that's a little bit over the top. Are you building model villages? Because that would be an amazing job. So one of my friends, she used to she did prop building where she was, oh look, there's Photoshop glitching out again, where she was building buildings for film sets, but miniatures. It was very cool. Is that what you actually are doing? Because that's hilarious and amazing. Good practical skills to be gained on that, definitely. Oh, hang on, I'm on tenterhooks. Trying to think, how could it even be better? Oh, hang on a minute. Sorry. Why? Oh my god, hold on a minute. Yeah, I'm sorry. I read. Why? I just. Oh my god, what is the bot doing? The bot is gradually losing its mind. Oh my god, this is hilarious. Sorry, obstructionism. That is amazing that you drive a train. Why has it deleted all of your messages? That's nuts. And I can't scroll back through my... Hold on a minute. What is it doing? It's just freaking out. Stop scrolling, you. Sorry, I'm just trying to undelete all of your deleted messages. Oh my god, what is going on? Hold on a minute. This is ridiculous. Something weird's going on here. Why has it deleted all of your... Hold on, I'm deleting your stuff. Because I don't know what the bot is doing right now. The bot is having some sort of meltdown. Stop it, bot. Alright, has that... Oh my goodness. Hooray. I'm sorry about the bot being a bit crazy. I think he should be fine now. Let me refresh this page. Hold on. Okay, so I think the last thing you said, for which I apologise that I cannot see it, is that you drive a train. So do you drive a train around the model railway, as well as making the buildings? Because that sounds epic. You're living the dream. You absolutely are. I don't understand why on my stream people's names come up like random colours on my chat. When I'm sure you have a set colour that you know you are. Except now you've changed colour because I've refreshed the chat. Yeah, sorry about that, but happiness. That sounds extremely cool. So you basically drive loads of kids round on one of those little ride-on ones. No, but if you set a colour for your chat name, that colour should remain the same. That's generally how Twitch seems to work. You choose a colour and then that's it. Given that the colour you are, you can't actually choose that colour unless you have Twitch Prime or Twitch Turbo, which nobody has, seemingly. This is looking dubious. Let's turn back on Lazy Nazumi and go back to our lasso. Up. I'm going to change the bots so it's not quite as bot happy. When I say the bot, it's the chat bot I use to moderate chat, or one of the bots I use. Let me find it. Cat's protection. I don't think I can. Whatever. I know exactly what you mean because you've said you're from Buckinghamshire. But I will not say where you work, as I respect your privacy and safety. You are actually living the dream, because that's like the if people had to name a model village, that would be like the place. So you've like reached the top at your young age. I mean, my God, what a thing to have accomplished. So are you building the buildings, or are you sort of what have I selected there? Oh God. Are you 3D modeling them to be I don't know, milled or printed or just nets made? I don't know how that sort of thing works. This is looking terrible. It's alright. Clearly, I'm like in a position of massive power. That's my first free thing I've been offered through Twitch. Wow. Thank you very much, obstructionism. I'm living the high life. It's like some streamers, you know, they're content creators and they're influencers and they get free holidays and they get free gaming chairs and, you know, free code to games. I get free invites to model villages. I know who's winning. But no, thank you. That's really kind. But I shall gracefully decline. That is cool. That's really interesting, going from sort of fine art backgrounds, BTEC apprenticeship type stuff, through to you know, the engineering and modelling side of things, and then into fine art. It's kind of a leap there, an interesting one. quite sure what to do with this bit. I think I'm just going to kind of make this section up a little bit. That really weird pixelated bit. Well, I mean, you know, there are things to be said for, you know, spending the weekend in Barbados. But I'm sure there'd probably be tax implications if somebody offered me a free trip to Barbados for the weekend. Just pop over, you know. What am I doing? Oh, yeah, deselecting that. My dream at the moment, my streaming dream, is one day I will get my own emote. And I've now laughed and like wiggled that line terribly. Yeah, not that I'm working towards anything, because whatever, but why does that look so scuffed and weird? Yeah, that's my great Twitch dream at the moment, is get enough followers and views so that I can get my own emote. Never mind trips to Barbados. I could be like sponsored by an art materials company. That would be pretty good. But then I'd feel really bad because I'd only ever want to use things that I actually found useful. That section, I think that is a strap. Thank you for the follow. My emo Barbados dream gets ever closer. Really do appreciate it. But yeah, thank you so much for dropping by. It makes the time. If you're ever in streams where there's like really small streamers, just saying hi makes such a difference. So I really appreciate it. But yeah, good luck with the train driving. It's cool. Yeah, I hope it goes well tomorrow, and I think it's supposed to be warm tomorrow. So I hope it's not too hot for you. And yeah, good luck with Chelsea if I don't chat again, because you know that's awesome. Well done. Yay for people taking non-traditional routes. We need more of that. Oh, thank you. That's really kind. Good luck, and yeah, if just, you know, I'll be streaming at some point. Drop in. That'd be really lovely. But yeah, have a good one. No, listen. You know, this is the art of streaming. You have to be able to chat and work at the same time, which I'm learning about. You know, I've not been streaming very long at all, so I've watched a lot of streaming, so I'm fairly understanding of how things should work and possibly what makes us, you know, work. But yeah, no, have a good rest of your evening, and thank you for the follow. Right, there are some dubious bits on this that I need to shave off. We'll sort out. Let me just... Right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, fixing this. Fixing! Actually, hold on a minute, what am I rubbing out here? That's because I don't want to see that. There we go. Okay. Beautiful. Oh yeah, glitch out Photoshop. Yeah, keep doing that. That's what makes me happy in life. Is Photoshop not working? How can I... What angle does this need to be at? There we go. God, Photoshop. Why? Why are you looking out, my friend? Let's try this. Was the I'm not sure whether this is working slide. Make this smaller maybe. Right, what time is it? 11 o'clock. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go back to this. Okay, where else needs to be sorted out? This area, because it looks ridiculous. Please, can you stop doing that Photoshop? That's not really what you want to be doing. Oh my god. Hello? Are you not rotating? Apparently not. still looks fairly dubious. Oh, sorry for the audio crackles. If you can hear them on the stream. Whoa, that was interesting. Oh, it did like a weird zoom thing. That's not what I intended. Just going to try and smooth off these edges. Sort of. It doesn't need to be 100% perfect, it just needs to be good enough. With no obvious ridiculousness. Because the drawing in the background is going to be taking most of the attention. Photoshop, please. Okay, so stretch time. Okay. I think I might finish up for the evening. Thank you so much for everybody who dropped in, who was listening, lurking, bots, not bots. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's definitely my bedtime. Yeah, we'll continue with this another day. And yeah, I hope you have an awesome rest of your evening, your morning, your afternoon, and that you are well. Thank you.